Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025. The man behind the sticks of Shinedown, it is Barry. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good. It is great to speak to you here on a lovely sunny day.
It's gorgeous. I'm actually going to get a sunburn in the UK. That's unheard of.
So I see some of your stuff on Instagram, and I love what you do, man. You got so much stuff that's going on. Obviously, you're an incredible drummer, and that's just sort of, that is what you do.
Too kind, but thank you.
But you've got things like whiskey collabs and barbecue. You seem a bit of a foodie, like and a drink sort of person. So
very much so.
Tell me more about that and how you got started into that world.
I think in the foodie world, it started in college. You know, the early days of the cooking shows with Emerald teaching you how to cook and stuff, and it was cheaper to learn how to cook than to go out to eat every night, right?
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with actually cooking, and that made me. And then in touring, having the ability to travel the world and taste all these wonderful, great different restaurants and foods and styles, it just kind of grabbed a hold of me, and so I love that. And with the drinking culture, I'm more of a beer guy, though I do enjoy a good whiskey. I grew up making beer with my father, beer and wine with my father, so it's kind of always been ingrained to me and in my family, and I just find a joy. You know, beer is one of the oldest brewed beverages there is between beer and wine, and to study the culture of beer and the history of beer, I just find fascinating.
So you've got a whole business with this then that you do alongside Shinedown.
Yeah. So I have a show called Booze, Brews, and Barbecue that we're currently in the process of recording. I think we've done 5 episodes so far. We're going to get 10 done and then release it as kind of a destination thing. You know, kind of a travel channel kind of thing. I don't know what we're going to release it on yet. We're going to shop it around, but we want full total control, so it's going to be a little bit of a fight. But basically, the booze is the ghost hunting. We do that, which is a passion of mine. I've always been fascinated with the paranormal. You got Brews, which is obviously beer and breweries and touring breweries and learning different local breweries. And then, of course, barbecue, which my partner Ty is a barbecue guy. He's an Instagram, social media barbecue guy, and we love to cook together and that kind of thing. So we visit local barbecue places and learn different styles from different parts of the country. So
I've just got this image in my head of Shinedown just backstage, just whipping up a barbecue, ready to go on.
It's funny you say that. We used to do that.
You did?
Yeah. So when we weren't headlining, you know, when you get done headlining at the end of the night, everybody's kind of leaving already, and you're tired, and you played a long set. Back when we were an opening band, I carried grills with us on the road, and we would do after show parties, and I'd cook for everybody, and we'd bring fans back and have a great time and do parties after the show, but not as much anymore.
Oh man, that sounds incredible. This is the guy. This is the guy you gotta know, man. Seriously.
You want some good food? Come see me.
Oh man, I imagine it must have been difficult on the early days of being in a band, trying to get good food.
It was impossible. You know, you didn't have the money for it, and 2, you know, you're going for McDonald's or other crappy food, and that's just what it is. But that's the part of touring. I miss the nostalgia of those days. Do I want to go back? No. But knowing that you stuck through the grind and kept growing, and that's what it's about. So I love those days. I think of the van and trailers, and you know, the late night foods and the begging for a case of water at the venue. You know, those kinds of days. It was
How long do you think you would last if you had to do it today?
Oh, I could do it.
You could?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to, but I'm a tough son of a bitch. I could do it.
I like that. I like that attitude, man. I like that attitude. It's actually great to be speaking to a drummer from a band. Not all drummers always do interviews press, because I'm a drummer myself,
nice.
But loosely. Well, I got to grade 5, and I was pretty solid, and I played in some bands, and then life kind of got in the way and dropped off. And now I've got a Roland at home in a place where I don't bother anyone, because that's always a problem. What I'm struggling with is the processes I need to go to kind of get myself back into like a really nice rhythm. I feel like I'm moving too fast from like my old capability. So what's your recommendations for picking up the sticks again after an extended break?
As painful as it sounds, 2 things. Your rudiments and a metronome. Mm-hmm. That's the only way it's going to get back to where you need it. You got to get those hands back under control. And also put those rudiments to your feet as well. Maybe you're not going to get them as fast as your hands unless you're Virgil Donati and want to be that guy, which is cool. No, not discounting, but that's just not my style of playing. I'm more of a groove pocket guy. And then, you know, once you start getting those rudiments in your hands back, it's plain simple. You know, go play along with the Rolling Stones. Charlie Watts did it perfectly. He's a fantastic drummer, was a fantastic drummer, but he played simply for the band. And it's simple stuff. Or go play some AC/DC. It's not hard music, but it's great music, and that's what it's about. What do you feel? And play that stuff. And other than that, have fun. Who cares? What
would you recommend from the Shinedown discography for this sort of thing, in terms of picking a song from the Shinedown set to be like, to ease me back into drumming?
I mean, none of our songs are super technical by any means, but I think if you were to play something that's just groovy and has a pocket and is straight ahead, Sound of Madness. Sound of Madness is pretty straightforward.
I think Devour was the first song I ever heard from you as well. I love the way that song just builds.
That's not one to start with. That one still kicks my ass. And I think we're playing that today.
Oh, fantastic. That is great to hear. So it's been 3 years since Planet Zero, and I was wondering, are you writing anything happening on the new music front?
Yeah, so we released 2 singles earlier this year, Dance Kid Dance and 365.
Yep.
Those are out. We're going to release 2 more coming up in the next couple months. And then I'm hoping for a new record first quarter of next year, Marchish, something like that. Yeah.
So those singles, because in my head, are they standalone singles, or was that part of an
They'll
album
end up
that's
being
coming?
part of the album. Yeah.
Part of the album?
Yeah, they will be part of the album.
And have you announced all the details of the album yet?
No, and that's the thing. We haven't quite finished it yet, and we're never going to put anything out there that we really didn't feel as cohesive and together. We still need to write a couple things, I think, and we're working on it, but Brent won't let us go home to work on the record. We're out here touring, so it takes a little bit of time. We never stop working, so that's where we're at, but it will get done soon. I think we have a small break here coming up after this festival and before the July tour, and then we have a little bit in the fall to just button everything up and make sure we're giving the fans what they deserve and what we're proud of.
I'm really glad that was the answer. I thought I dropped the ball for a minute, being like, wait, the album's been announced? I missed it.
No, we haven't announced anything yet.
Very quickly, you mentioned stuff about the paranormal, and I was wondering if you ever had like an actual experience with the paranormal, because I haven't, but my grandparents said that they did, and I'm a bit fascinated by that world.
I'm fascinated by it, and I have things that have happened, but I always discount them, right? I always try to say, no, this didn't happen. But there's one instance a few years back, we were at a hotel, I believe in Kansas City, just a Hilton Garden Inn or something like that, nothing super fancy, nothing old or historical, new construction. And I get off the bus and I go to my room, and I usually get up a little bit later, probably noon, and I go to my room, and all the drawers, every single drawer was open in my room. I'm like, that's weird. Why would the room service people leave those drawers open or anything like that? But then I thought, John, our security guy, he has a key to all of our rooms, just in case of emergency. He's got to be, which he never messes with me, and we always hang out on the days off, but he messes with Eric and Brent. He'll go bring their bags up to their room, and he'll put a teapot on their bed or something just to mess with them, or hide it under the sheets. So I got out to lunch with him. I'm like, real funny, man. That was really funny. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, well, you opened all the drawers with me. He's like, no, I did not do that. I said, that's weird. Okay. We get done with the lunch, have a couple drinks, come back to the room. They're all open again. Every last one of them was open again. And now I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I go to the front desk and I say, hey, can you look back at the tapes? Because the hallways always have cameras. Can you look back at the tapes and let me know who went in my room? And they said, sure, Mr. Kerch, get with us in the morning. The manager will be in the morning. Let us know. Went back to the room and I slept in there. Slept fine. Nothing weird happened after that. Go downstairs the next morning to the manager, and I said, hey, did you find anything? He said, sir, I hate to inform you, you're the only one that went in that room yesterday. So I got no explanation.
That is weird, man. That is weird. Barry Kerch of Shinedown here at Download Festival 2025. An absolute pleasure. Have a great set later. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Primordial Radio.